little wolf's head just come out back
Y'all laugh now when you back on the big floor off.
That's good. I'm glad you got the rain guard on.
Man.
Let me tell y'all something. Y'all can laugh all you want to, but when this bad boy's got a 406 with a big damn blower sticking out the hood and y'all's asses are in the back and we blowing the tires off of it, everybody gonna talk about, when you gonna take me for a ride? When you gonna take me for a ride? You just wait.
I hope you put different tires on it.
No, we're gonna blow them little ones off. But this bad boy, listen, y'all gonna love this car now, guys. We're gonna put an 8.8 Ford rear end in it, positive traction. We're dropping in a blower, and God, I hate to do it, but I'm putting in a damn automatic transmission just because it's easier to blow the damn tires off of it. So
There you go.
Y'all gonna love this thing. Stay tuned. This thing's gonna be badass. Mustang 2 front end, disc brakes all the way around, slammed on the ground. We ain't painting it either. We're gonna have a top plate, and that is it. Y'all wait. This thumb gun's gonna be badass. Y'all bastards won't last next time.
We just backed this Nova in here and you seen them bastards laughing at me, right? But you just wait. When this bad boy's done, they'll be all begging to ride in Mama Boogie. That's right. That's what we've named this badass right here. This is Mama Boogie. Let me tell you something. I just love a Nova. Everybody that knows me knows that I am a Nova nut. Actually, I'm a Chevy 2 nut. You know, these are really Chevy 2s. In 1968, Chevrolet changed the nameplate on these cars to Nova. Until then, these were Chevy 2s, and just your higher priced, top of the line model was a Nova. That's just a piece of history right there for you. But the reason I love these cars so much is when I was in high school, a good friend of mine, Lee Robertson, had a 64. And he'd come pick me up and I'd ride to school with him. Man, it had like a 350 or 355 in it, and he scared the shit out of me because, you know, they don't take much in these little cars and they will fly. And when we was just going to high school, man, it was just badass riding in that little Chevy 2. So I've been hooked ever since. I was probably 27 years old before I even got my first Chevy 2. And now I've had my orange car, which is the LS Chevy 2, which you can look on Scotty's TV. It's one of the baddest ass Pro Touring Chevy 2s there are out there. Of course, I got the Boogie Man. Everybody knows about the Boogie Man. And now we got Mama Boogie. You're gonna love it. What we're gonna do with this bad boy is I've got a Mustang 2 front end kit we're gonna drop in it. We're gonna drop some 2-inch drop spindles on it. We're gonna put some disc brakes in it, and we're gonna drop a 406 blower motor in the front. That's on the front end. The back end, we're gonna put in a 9-inch Ford rear end, brand new center section with 35 spline axles and 17 by 11 rear wheels and tires. Front, we're gonna put 17 by 7s. This thing's gonna be on badass. We're gonna go to the track on Fridays and Thursday nights and some people up. I'm telling you now, when we roll up 4 deep in this bad boy to the track, and I say, all right, boys, get out. Here we go. And when we go down that track with that big blower motor huffing and a puffing, oh, by the way, that's the name of the engine, Huff and Puff. See, drag week got canceled, but we didn't get canceled. So the blower motor's gonna play in this thing for a little while until next year when we put it in Boogie Man and go wear their asses out at drag week. Tip of the day, car dollies from Harbor Freight. Man, I'm telling you now, if you don't own a set of these, something's wrong with you. Because I'm in this little shop of mine, I'm trying to move shit around. These things are a trick. Man, you just slide that bad boy in there, push it up like that, click that thing like that right there, and this is the damnedest thing I ever seen. It'll literally jack that car up, and now one man can just push that car just as easy as you can please. Man, they badass. Hey guys, before we cut this bad boy up, we're gonna go around and talk about this car a little bit because some people may think I'm crazy. This was a one-owner car from a little old lady in Hartwell, Georgia. That's right, Hartwell, Georgia. She bought it brand new in 1963 from Kidd Chevrolet. I have the original 1963 title, Georgia title. It's badass. So, of course, this thing come with a standard 6-cylinder in it, which back then in 63, they only come with a 6-cylinder or 4-cylinder. You could not get a V8 in them until 64. But, man, the car's in amazing shape. I mean, it ain't got but a few holes in the floorboard. Driver's door needs to have some hinges in it. We're gonna flake the roof. It's got originally 75,000 original miles, which is cool. A 2-door and a 4-door is the same car. They just cut the door down by 10 inches on a 4-door, added a post, and put the rear door. It's the same car. It's just cool, man. It's just got the patina. But I got to show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all country ingenuity. Now, some of you, like me, that are country boys, understand what country ingenuity is, but I'm fixing to show you probably northern people that don't have an idea what country ingenuity is all about. All right, these cars, this number one's in 1963. So you know the gas tank in its day probably gives some problems and troubles, right? Rusted out because it's old. And either they didn't want to spend the money or it happened when it rusted out, supposedly, that they didn't have repops. So you got to see what they run as a gas tank. I didn't even know this until I was going to clean the trunk out. So when I come to clean the trunk out, they had installed a boat gas tank because the old tank had rusted out. But this ain't even the cool part. They've got an old oak stick is the gas gauge. That's country ingenuity right there at its best. And you know what? We're going to leave that shit. I'm going to put a new gas lid on it, and we're going to leave that gas tank in there. We can't change that. And that is country ingenuity at its best. So, the pans are amazing. The car is just what I wanted. Check this out. This is old school. This is 4 Reese hitches. You took you a piece of angle, and you cut it with a torch, and you put a ball on it. That's what a hitch used to be. We're still going to leave it on here. That hitch will be on here and we go wherever we go. And I also missed something up front that I'm fixing to go take you to look at that's probably the coolest thing of this whole single car. And this shit's staying. The bumper sticker on the front. 6 Flags Over Georgia. We're not ever going to remove the 6 Flags Over Georgia. When I was a kid, about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we went to 6 Flags of Georgia every summer. So guess what? That stays. Chris Dunn, aka the Boogie Man.